I was standing on a Hollywood soundstage in front of about 150 people. Cameras rolling, sound speeding, when suddenly I threw up my hands and I stopped the take. I looked at the director and I said, I can't do this. It was the early 2000s and we had just moved to LA. I'd been hired for a sketch on Snoop Dogg's show, Doggy Fizzle Televizzle. The setup was simple. 4 white guys in a barbershop quartet, striped vests and straw hats, singing one of Snoop's hip-hop tracks. It was funny, and we had already finished what we were hired to do. But then the director walked over and he said, hey guys, Snoop wants one more phrase. He wants you guys to sing the words, suck me, bitch. The set erupted. 150 people were laughing. The other guys in the quartet thought it was a riot. But in that moment, I didn't see a funny sketch. I actually had a flash of my kids sitting in front of the TV watching that footage 10 years later, and I felt a physical, involuntary reaction in my gut that said, no. The director went back to Video Village, the energy began to settle, and action. The other guys started to sing, and I just stopped. I remember the awkward silence in that moment. The other singers looked at me like I'd lost my mind. I said, I'm sorry, I'm not good with this. Maybe you guys can do it as a trio. The director laughed and said, you're kidding, right? I said, nope, I'm out. I'm sorry. And I walked off the set. No one tried to stop me. I was actually kind of relieved. I went out to my trailer and I thought, well, that's it. I'll never get called again. But the calls didn't stop. In fact, nothing really changed, except for how I felt about myself. That day taught me something really important about the entertainment industry. Just because you book a job doesn't mean you're held hostage to the whim of the director or a creator. We all have choices in what we do or don't do. We're hired for our talent, but we're defined by our choices. I don't know if I lost work that day. Maybe I did, but it didn't matter. Because the most expensive thing you can lose in Hollywood isn't a job. It's your moral compass. I share this with you because if you're just starting out, you will be asked to do things that you're not comfortable doing. It's not a matter of if, but when. Don't wait until you're on set to figure out where that line is for you. Decide how you're going to respond before you ever get in that situation. And make sure you're the one setting your boundaries. Because if you don't, the industry will set them for you. I'm Tim Davis.